Hello and welcome from Oswin Music. It's John from here. Got Jack on the camera. Great. I'm using Jack's guitar as well. One of my fine students. What I wanted to do is just like bring 2 or 3 of the last lessons concepts together and tie it in with one of the technique which I call the chuck, which is this percussive thump. I'll show you. It's more of a right hand damping motion. You hear this percussiveness where you go. I'm exaggerating that bit. It's like an offbeat snare drum. So on. So let me just explain what chords I'm using and then we can get back to that right hand technique. All I'm using, I did a lesson a while back using the chords to Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow, and so I'm using those chords. I'm using a G with 3rd finger placed on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and I'm playing superimposing a G chord. So I'm just super gluing these fingers down, okay? And then I'm superimposing an E minor, okay? We all know an E minor, hopefully, but with those 2 fingers, okay? So that's an E minor 9th, I believe. Now if you do this chord, this is called a C-add 9, I'm still keeping these joined, so it's like a little partial bit of a C chord. Okay, there's your C chord, but if you refinger that, the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string and 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, even, and do that little, keeping those stuck down again, the 3rd fret on the 2nd string and the 3rd fret on the 1st string. That's the C-add 9. So basically, just think of those glued permanently down. You've got a G, an E minor, and a C with a D. I'm using that as a progression. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 of G, then 2 of E, C, that's the C and the D. And back to G. That's what I did. And I think I just did middle 8 run down, which I've run down goes like 3rd fret on the 6th string, 2nd fret, which is a nice walk down. They call it walk downs to that E minor. Okay, so that's what's going on there. Anyway, also, but let's just remember those things I did a Carter style strumming, which is basic, where you take a finger off and you hammer and pull off. Remember that? In a strict Carter style sense, it's you go to a C, excuse me, and a D. Okay, but you can use these. This is what I'm saying, that folk artists, contemporary artists, Dylan, James Taylor, Neil Young, all the modern day guys, Paolo Nutini, Ray Montana, David Gray, and all those things. It's standard fare when they put these Carter style hammer-ons, but more in the ballad, so it's not, so you can superimpose these over the chords. There's the C-add 9. So I'm going to be putting some of that in. And also, if you check out the suspensions lesson, when I go to the D, I'm going to do a D suspended basically, which is adding the 4th finger, hammering down, pulling it off. That's the 4th finger on the 1st string of the 3rd fret. You've got to hold the D chord down and pull off, pull it down, and then play these strings back here. You can have a right hand shot of that. Did you see the the right hand shot of that. So we got this. This is down the D, suspension, and that's it. Okay, so that's been employed. Now here is the next element. Put some of these elements together and put percussive thump in. You get a really good full-blown acoustic style to your playing. You can add these to a lot of songs. To get this, I need a good close-up of the right hand. The heel of the palm here, I call this the heel, is basically you're batting down, you're letting gravity take over and just letting it get this percussive thump. I'm holding the G chord, I'm playing a G chord, boom, and doing that. And let it just bounce up a little bit. Almost like a tennis racket that's well sprung, that sort of effect. Okay? But what I do is I don't make a big deal of that. So I'm going G's. So it's that bounce, or chuck I call it. Chuck, chuck. So I'm doing the G, chuck, G, chuck. G on, just took out the right hand, that's the chord I'm playing. The G, okay, with the third finger. Remember, mash down, and back to that. And keep practicing until you get that sound, until the tone changes. Okay, it's going to take a little while to get that, but just keep practicing until you get that sort of sound. Check out the action. Can I get a bit of the army? That's it. Just going down. Okay? Very lazy, let it down. Don't mash it, don't have to do it. Sorry, Jack, it's your guitar. Just let gravity, the weight of your arm, roll over. And I'm going to D minor with the C add 9. That's the C with the 3 and 4. D. G. It's a great sound. It's like a snare drum in the background playing on the rim shot. Okay? You've got your own built-in drum. Put all the other things like your hammer-ons, your Carter style, and some suspensions. Here we go. I'm going to throw this all together. Carter style. E minor. C. D. Suspensions. G. Left hand. Carter style. Suspension. Middle end, go to the G. E minor. Back to the right hand. C. Bounce. D. G. There you go. Let me just finish that ending, show that ending again. That's just Carter style, went. Play the G and which is hammer down on the 2nd fret. Okay, so there you go. That's a lot of stuff that I use in my trick bag of things when I'm playing acoustic style. I put all these things together: hammer-ons, Carter style, suspensions, the chuck, and I'll show you to put bass lines in as well as the. Remember we were talking about just on the right hand a little bit, we were doing a bit of the old Travis style and universal finger picking. You add that all in, you can get some really good rich textures to your playing. Okay, take care. Peace.